So guys, welcome back to this week's hobby update. We've done a fair bit of work, but it might not show. We shall see. You can be the judge. So, first of all, we have a selection of the steeds, because they're on the same tray as everything else. The other 20 are sitting up on a shelf back behind me, but it's more of the same, so I don't see the point of showing them. We have our little Necromancer friend and our Keeper of Secrets. So, since this is a Hedonite project, and that's most of what we're talking about, we'll talk about the Necromancer real quick. Nothing at all different done to him. However, we'll see what the new Warhammer reveal does today. We'll see if that's some cool Soul Blight stuff, and then he will be getting painted. More for a hobby update on our little Necromancer friend. Right, so let's do the steeds. We'll get them out of the way. I've done the black on them. Nothing too fancy. It's just, you can see on the claws, there's a blue highlight, real subtle, which is what I wanted. Tabletop quality, exactly what I'm looking for, so that from across the table, all the way across yonder, it looks black. That's fine. I'm happy with that. It's not a showpiece. But what some of you may have noticed is the head armour and the belly armour are black, but the leg greave is not black. And in the background, we also have a steed with the head armour completely bare and the belly armour bare. And that is because I wrongly assumed that I'd previously painted my chariot with the head and the belly armour black. Not the case. So halfway through, because it was slowing me down, because I had to order new paint because my black just was not covering at all. Speaking of which, I absolutely love this scale colour. Never used anything like it before. Like a big thick blob on the palette stud. Very proud. It's almost like a gel. I'm not sure if it is, but that's what it is. So I used this and then highlighted with Game Airs Somber Grey. Just quick on. Bit of flow improver. Jobs are good. So that's all 32 steeds have the black done on them. Next we'll be doing the metallic colours. So because of how strong the Vallejo metal colours are, I'm just going to paint over white. I've done it several times before, no problem. It does look a bit better over black, but again, not noticeably so that you need to do it. So moving on, we have done the steeds. Let's have a look at what we've done for the Keeper. So I've done a Nadial spray of purple onto the model, Nadial being the opposite of Zenithal. And I'm already liking how that's come out. Now obviously it's a bit too purple, so it doesn't look quite like the Demonettes, but that's fine, because we're going to spray white ink in a Zenithal spray, so you get a bit of a grey mid-tone. That's fine, but mostly white and purple, which is just what I want. We've also done the inside of the robes. Now the robes are obviously going to need, they're just flat purple, so they're going to need a bit of work. We'll have a look on the inside of here. So it looks okay. I quite like how white it is around this section. I like the gradients that I've done. I want to put a bit more shadow in, say, under the knees and in the recesses of the outer cloak. But apart from that, it's fine. And that was done with the same purple as the skin. And it's obviously had it all here on the claws. I think I'm going to go to a bit of a black tip on the claws. This I have primed in black. I just went over it, quick spray. Purely because it was in the airbrush already, and it's going to have metal on, so why not give it the best chance it's got. Now the cloak and the corset was again done with FW turquoise ink. Is it going to focus? Which is a semi... Ooh. Obviously doesn't like us holding multiple things. Which is a, there we go, semi-transparent ink. And there you can see the pigments that are actually in it. Love this colour. Love this colour. So that's the effect and that is just thinned down and sprayed over a Zenithal Prime. Fairly happy with it, but I think it just looks a bit boring. So what we're going to do on both the outer cloak and the inner cloak is from the sides where you can see the black primer showing through, or the dark grey primer, whatever colour that is. There and there. We're just going to do a light, well, a glazing of Liquitex Magenta, which is a transparent colour, so that will work really well and that will go over. Now I'm going to try to do some techniques I've not done before, so in the interest of pushing my colours, I'm going to see if I can replicate-ish something that Vince Ventrella's done on his brocade pattern hobby cheating video, and I'm going to do a brocade pattern all over the cloaks. Don't know how it's going to turn out, but that's going to be done in game colour Glacier Blue. Thin down with a bit of flow improver. I'll just do some sweeps. And obviously it's just going to be Glacier Blue on this. So what I'll then have to do is go back over everything with the same colours that I've put over previously, and it'll push all those colours and meld them all together, and then I go back over that afterwards with a bit of the Glacier Blue and just pick out highlights, and that should look quite nice. Now I haven't glued this down because that would make life very hard for myself, so if we can just carefully, it's just snap into place fairly securely. Quite securely. I'm just going to do it off camera. Just bear with us, folks. Bear with us. There we go. Just didn't want to scratch the paint. So we'll just have a quick look at the cloak. As you can see, very, very purple. Very purple. So it needs some reinforcing of the shadows, in my opinion. I don't think it's done. It punches enough. Kind of punches, but not enough. We want to go excessive. It is Slaanesh after all. Okay. So here you can see a bit more work on the back muscles. Now again, these kind of pop like I want them to. They're pretty much there. But that on top is grey. It's not white. So when I put the white on, hopefully it's going to really pop out. I've done the similar on my Shalaxy, so I know that in theory it should work, and I've took a few lessons learnt, like make sure I get the bracers before doing the white, so I can clean up with a bit of fine airbrushing. I'm going to go in after that. I've got to reinforce all the muscles, which shouldn't be too bad. Shouldn't be too bad. And if there's a bit of overspray either way, it's happened on the Shalaxy, and I don't think it looks bad at all. It looks fine. Can we get a little... Oh, almost. That's kind of how it'll look. So I'm pretty happy with it. Anyway, guys, that is the video for this week. Cheers for stopping by. Catch you next time. Well guys, that's the end of the video. If you enjoyed it, please be sure to give it a thumbs up, like, comment and subscribe. Also be sure to check out our Facebook page at Wolfing Studios. The link's in the description. As always, thanks for stopping by. Catch you next time.